Hey, I've been up for a little while, kind of down under the weather, so hoping I can pull this off. I want to put a video together. Been talking about processes. I want to tackle one process at a time and try to keep it short and sweet and to the point, and y'all can get back to me with questions. Today I want to talk about investment casting because it's kind of probably my favorite process because you can do so much with it, and it's a good story. It's been around forever. They've been making jewelry this way for a long time, things like that. Now it's a viable production process. Investment castings, it's investing your wax. So basically what you're doing is you're taking a replica of the part you eventually want in metal, a replica of that in wax, and you start out with that. So the best way to do that in production is to inject the wax into a die, like a plastic injection molded part, and get a wax replica part. You take that and you weld it to a wax sprue, say a tree trunk. So you have a wax trunk and you have these wax parts. You put the leaves on the tree. Then you have a wax sprue. So you have a wax trunk with these parts on it. You take that with a ceramic cup on the bottom and you dip it into a ceramic slurry. Ceramic slurry dries, dip it again, dries, dip it again, dries. You get a nice coat of ceramic on it. Usually it takes 6 or 7 coats to get you a nice coat. And that drying process of the ceramic alone is like 24 hours between cycles, between dips. So that kind of took about 7 to 10 days just for that part of the process, just for the drying and dipping. Now refinements made by companies like SignaCast have allowed that to be a lot shorter, say within 24 hours, because they can dip and dry and dip and dry and have one hour dry cycles because they have a dehumidified dry tech room where they control the environment in that room, and they can go ahead and dip it again right away. Because there's so many steps in the process, they realize that if you make the closer you have to each step being the same throughput time, the better you can synchronize it into production. So that being said, once you get the ceramic slurry on your wax tree, you put it in an autoclave. So under heat and pressure, you're hardening the ceramic and you're melting most of the wax out. So then you have a mold, a ceramic mold. You fire that mold like you'd fire ceramic, a couple thousand degrees, 1500 degrees, hardens the ceramic further and gets all the remaining wax out of it. So you have a hardened ceramic mold, and where your wax used to be is hollow. Tip that upside down with your ceramic cup on top and you pour your metal in it. Ceramic is inert to heat, so the metal's not going to hurt the ceramic. It's a little bit porous so the gases can escape somewhat. And once that metal freezes, you've got a mold filled with metal. So to get that ceramic off the metal parts now, you take a caustic spray or preferably a high pressure water blast and you clean the ceramic off it. Back to when you had a wax sprue, now you have a metal sprue. So you have to get your parts off, the leaves off the tree again. You can saw them off, or what SignaCast likes to do is a cold break. They cryogenically freeze the whole tree and they can either shake it or knock the parts off with a mallet. A little bit of cleanup and your parts are done. There's a lot of steps in that, and I ran through it really fast. But because there's so many steps, it's over the years, it's never been a real production process until really the 70s when SignaCast started to, maybe the 80s, started to automate this a little more so it was viable to make several thousand parts and run production like that. I think if somebody like them didn't take the bull by the horns and see the opportunity of the problem of all these steps and know they could refine it, we might not have production investment casting in the United States today. But thankfully they did that. A lot of companies followed on. Now investment casting is an industry in the United States today. That's why I think companies like that are important to the industrial base here. Anyway, if you got any questions about investment casting or you want to know about what it takes to get a part designed or made that way, you can email me or go to my website. But that's my story for today. Hope you were interested. Thank you.